Hey guys, it's MadameWario, and welcome to movie night. Happy Saturday night. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Tonight we're watching one of my favorite movies, Bridesmaids. It's one of my favorite comedies. If you've never seen it before, then I think you're in for a treat. I really love this movie. And I was actually a bridesmaid when this movie came out. I was a bridesmaid for like the first time ever. So that was also a lot of fun. It's very comedic. It is rated R. I will warn you now. So the setting has been changed to mature tonight. Usually I'm, you know, family friendly, but this is definitely not a family friendly movie. So there's a lot of cursing. There's a lot of like, you know, sexual content and stuff like that. But it is a fun time. It's really enjoyable. I think you guys are really going to like it if you haven't seen it before. And if you have seen it before, this is one of your favorites, then guess what? We get to watch it together. So I'll be commentating over the movie. As I've done with our other movie nights. That's kind of just the gist of this. I am not somebody who owns these movies. I don't have the rights to show them to all of you and talk over them. Watch parties are pretty, you know, situational, so I don't have access to that, and so that's not something that I can do with just any movie I want. So this is just like the easiest format. If you are in the US, this movie, Bridesmaids, is available on Peacock and Hulu. If you're not in the US, you'll have to Google what streaming service it's available on, see if it's on anything that you have, and if not, renting the movie is probably your best bet unless you own it on DVD or something, or digitally. So that's just how this kind of goes. Or if you don't care and you just want to hang out and listen to the commentary and chat with everybody, that's totally fine too. This is a very casual type of stream, very laid back. And we'll be having more of these while I'm healing from my thumb surgery next month. So here's your little preview, and this is also a thank you stream to those of you who donated to my post-surgery fund, got it all the way to 1,000. Thank you so much for your support. So I said I was going to do a movie night because of that. I like to have these be like little fun rewards for that type of thing. So anyway, that's the tea on tonight. And let's say hi to everybody who is in chat currently. We have StarDev94, Phoenix Warriors, Tim Lauren, Cole the Camel, Psycho Nacho Man, Ms. Mario Fan 7, Mecharilla, Scottman895, Phantom Tempest, and Big Breehawk. Whoa! We also have Turn of the Drew and Lovelykin. And welcome to anybody who's lurking as well, to anyone in the shadows. But I am very excited. I love this movie. I've actually watched it twice recently, and watched is not really... I've watched it once, legitimately, recently. And then I just had it on in the background while I was doing other things, like a few days ago. I've been working on a wedding scrapbook since I got married last year. And so I like to put on wedding movies or movies with wedding themes while I work on that. So this was one of those I put on the other night when I was working on that, because I'm trying to get it done in time for my 1-year anniversary. I don't know if that's really gonna happen, but I'm gonna try to get it close to done at least. And before, I can't really do much with my hand. That's the other thing. I'm like, I want to get my book done. I think I did a little bit of scrapbooking for that on stream. I think you guys saw the very beginning of that. Possibly. I want to say that was a thing. Julie, do not be a party crasher. Donate $69 in the movie.
I was feeling so good. I had to touch my wallet. I looked over to the left, and I gave away my $69. Hype.
What a fantastic message. Scottman, you should be like a writer. Seriously. That's hilarious. Thank you so much. I've seen your responses on like, Jackbox. They're always really ridiculous, so thank you so much, Scottman. I don't know what to say. Thank you very much for contributing to that hot rent fund going on right now. You know, the meaning of that is quite literally the title, so thank you so much. I'm giving you just all the fun stuff. We've got pizza, we've got Froggos, we've got Barneys, some Jigglypuffs, some Dinas. Get some Toads and some Pogs. Oh, that's one Pog. Okay. Thank you so very much, Scottman. Very much appreciated. Thank you. This word. It was like, dun, dun, dun.
I'm ready to PAAARTAY. Oh, with the best of them. Gonna go down to the Rivor RRR.
Oh my god. Well, way to ruin it, Siri. Way to ruin the comment. Thank you so much for the bits, Cole. Thank you guys for the hype. I appreciate it. Doing some doll boiling. Ooh.
Time to reveal my
random thing to be doing. It's like something I would be doing, honestly. Oh, thank you for the 69 bits. So you have $69 in donation goal, 69 subs. We're now a 69-bit alert. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Siri's no Kristen Wiig. Let's be real with that. Thank you guys for the bits. Lovelykin, I love doll stuff, so like, I promise I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying, like, that is so something I would be doing that people would be like, what? So anyway, I'm just giving everybody a chance to get their movie ready. Pull up the streaming service if you need to. And if you're watching this on like Peacock or something, you might have to let an ad play before the movie. I know that that's how that typically works. So I'm just probably gonna start watching in about the next 5 minutes. So if you want to get a snack or anything too, now is a good time for that. I just ate, so I might wait a little bit to make popcorn and have a snack. So that's probably something I'm gonna do mid-movie, and I might even like be like, okay, pause. So what I usually do for this is we time things so that we can all start at the same time. So if you go to time.is, we're aiming for 20. For me, it's going to be 8:20 if you're on Eastern time. If you're not, it's going to be 20 after, most likely. It's less than 5 minutes from now. Whatever the, you know, less than 5 minutes is from now for you. 20 after, probably for most of us. Then, do it. You know, go with that. So I'm always, I always like, I used to just be like, yeah, it's 20 after for everybody, but a lot of Odie's family's from Newfoundland, and they're like an hour and a half ahead, and I'm like, oh, so that wouldn't be the same for them. So I don't really know. I don't know everybody's time zone. Time zones are weird. But anyway, that's the website I typically use for this kind of thing. And hopefully it won't take us like 12 tries. Sometimes I panic and ruin things, and then we all have to start over again. Girl, I didn't even know it was down to a half hour anywhere. That's what I mean. That's the only place I know of like that, but it's like the only place like that in North America. I don't know. I know nothing about other time zones, other places. How could I not know every time zone? I know. It's a thing, though. Now you know. Atlantic time is an hour ahead, but specifically Newfoundland time is an hour and a half. It's so weird. Yeah, Newfound. Or as I learned in school, Newfoundland. We didn't know. No one here is a Newfie. I remember when I first met Odie's grandpa, he was like, oh, you have Newfies down there? And I was like, I don't know, I've never eaten there before. Like, I thought he was talking about a restaurant. So this is just me making a huge fool of myself immediately.
I forgot that was
I was like, I've never eaten there. I didn't know what a Newfie was. Like, what? That just sounds like a restaurant. Newfies. I was like, no. So that's what I'm best at, is embarrassing myself. And a lot of his family have accents, and at that point I had never heard that accent in my life, so I couldn't like make sense of what was being said to me right away. Anyway, that's the tea. Wario boy! Alan! Welcome! Also Odie. Odie's in the chat. He's also behind me, but what's up, Odie? Oh, man. I didn't even know what a Newfoundland dog was. And I watch the Yukonuba Dog Show every year on Thanksgiving, but they don't always have a Newfie in it. So, I didn't know. I had no idea. Oh, so yeah. Odie's like a wannabe Newfie. Like, he wishes he had an accent and everything. But he doesn't. I mean, he does, but not the one he wants. It's probably for the best, because he hates that I, like his accent anyway. Okay, we're getting down to the last minute and 30 seconds before I'm gonna start this movie. So if you guys are watching along at the same time, you'll want to get ready to start your movie as well. And then I'm gonna probably, once we get down to the last minute, I'll go ahead and fade out my background music. So to anybody who's really loving the Pokemon music that's currently on, I'm gonna fade it out. Okay, sorry. Anyway, I looked up like Nintendo wedding music to try and get the mood, but all I got was like Nintendo Waltz, so that's what I went with. I was like, close enough, whatever. Yo, Yoshi, you're just in time. We're about to start the movie. I'll kind of sporadically say where we are in the movie as we go. That's usually what I do about every 20 minutes or so. I'll be like, we're at this part, or we're about this far in. So we're starting at 20 after, and so I'm gonna kind of just go by that. Be like, we started the movie this many minutes ago. So, I'm excited. I love Bridesmaids. Saw this movie in theaters the weekend it came out. Like I said, I was a bridesmaid at the time. And it pretty much pointed out all the things that we didn't do. But it was fun. Alright, ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I know, solid countdown, go. Yay! I did it on the first try, I think. It's muted though because I had it muted because there was an ad playing earlier. And I'll try to leave it kind of loud so you guys can hear, like to sync up your audio or whatever. So this should be good. I mean, it's not gonna be like overbearing, but it should be where you can kind of hear mine in the background. By the way, you like my pineapple guy, my little, like, scrunchie. I got this in, like, a mystery bag. Isn't that cute? You saw Bridesmaids for the first time recently? Fun. Also, this movie starts like this. I watched this recently with my family, and my mom's like, I didn't realize the movie started like this. I'm like, it sure does. With this really, like, tragically terrible sex scene. Yeah, just straight to it. I remember being really excited for this movie when it came out, though, because it was kind of in the era of SNL that I loved, like, my favorite SNL cast, which I feel like everybody's favorite SNL cast is, like, when they're a teenager. I don't know, you guys, if you're a teenager right now, you can tell me, is this, like, your favorite SNL cast? I don't know, but I remember just being, like, so excited for this, and when it started, I'm like, well, that's not what I was expecting. My mom kind of got shook by that opening. It's very campy. It's not, like, that deep. LOL puns. Anyway, it's quite the opening. It's one of those that if you're watching this, like, with your parents, you're like, cool. So dumb. Anyway, isn't that funny? I feel like it's always like that. No matter how old you get or how mature, you still feel that way when, like, there's a really intense sex scene or something with your parent, and you're watching a movie with your parent or, like, your sibling or something. You're just like, yeah. Anyway, I didn't know who... John Hamm is his name, right? John? Ham? I don't know. Anyway, I didn't know who he was because I never watched Mad Men, and so I had no idea who he was in this, but I know a lot of people got a kick out of this role for him. I'm like, John Hamm? I don't know. I still don't... Like, I know who he is, but it's just because of, like, this. I don't watch a lot of TV, but... Anyway... Like, when we watched Spy as a family, my mom put on the NC-17 version. Oh, no. I know. It always feels kind of awkward. But you know that, like, everybody in the room is thinking that, though. I mean, unless you watch it by yourself, it's gonna be awkward. It just is. John Hamm just recently got cast for the movie musical of me. Really? Interesting. Can you guys hear it to kind of sync up? I'm going to turn it up just a little bit so you guys can kind of sync up yours with my audio if you need to. There's not really much going on right now, so I'm going to wait. A song is about to start, so. He's such a jerk in this movie. Every time I watch this, too, and, Brie will know what I'm talking about, because we've talked about this many times. I love all of her outfits in this movie. Like, I feel like, Annie, the character, Annie's costuming is, like, great. I'm like, I want all of these outfits. She always looks cute and put together, even when she's doing the walk of shame, like right now. Okay, so you guys should be able to sync up, maybe, to this song. Which this song is also in Mean Girls, ooh! I always thought that was probably a bit of a nod, maybe, to Tina Fey. Maybe it was totally unrelated, but it just doesn't seem like it. It seems like this has to be a nod, because that plays at, like, the beginning of that movie, too. Okay, there we go. Hopefully you guys were able to sync a little bit better to that. This also seems like something that Brie and I would have done as teenagers because we didn't want to pay for something. It's very on brand for something I feel like we would have done.
You are not dancing. You are not dancing in the bar. I'm coming over there.
Sorry, Rodney. We're on a budget.
Oh, come on.
You are not dancing.
Come on, fucking freelo.
This movie's just bobo coded. It is.
I'm so glad that we got to do this. I feel like I haven't seen you forever. I'm in Chicago a lot. Oh, living at Dougie's house. It's just closer to work. How's it going with him?
This scene always makes me think of how little I actually go out and get
Good. I just feel like he's kind
breakfast. Like, I hardly ever go out to breakfast. And I like going out to breakfast. It's just like, I'm not like a particularly early riser, so I have to plan for it, and then it's like pricey. It's a double whammy.
I hung out with Ted for like a little
I need like a good reason to go out to breakfast.
fun. It was fun. Usually I don't.
Breakfast is the best meal out, but yeah, I have to get up early for that. That's what I mean. I have to have like a good reason.
And it's almost like you're doing it because you feel bad about yourself. He called me late and we hung out. It wasn't like a big deal. And you know what? It was fun. Yeah, you had sex with him.
Just realized that's Terry Crews.
An adult sleepover. Oh, did you let him sleep over in the house?
Oh, whoa, yo, how's it going, Zabrag? What's up? We're just watching Bridesmaids.
You're my face.
Hope you're having a good Saturday.
Offer. We don't offer? Supposed to slap it away. I couldn't.
I also like that this is what they're talking about at breakfast.
Too aggressive. It's like, hello.
I've seen those things I've seen these on Instagram, where somebody like lists all the things they overhear in Disney World while walking around, and many of the conversations that are overheard are like this, where they're very bizarre and like, wow, that's what you're talking about.
Any guy would be psyched to be your man.
So pretty realistic, I think.
Make room for somebody who's nice to you. And you know what? He's honest. He told me that we are what we are, and we're just having fun. And I like that. I told you you need dentist. You're an asshole. I don't need.
He told you need dental work.
You're
Hot.
There's nothing wrong with my teeth. You are so beautiful. Anyway, yes. I'm gonna work
So
today.
ridiculous.
See how many times Terry's got it. Oh, it's 15. You know what, Terry? I don't want to take every
I've never actually been to Milwaukee. Is it not that far? Is it close
day to never work.
to Chicago, I guess? I guess it's close enough to commute, but I don't know how close. I don't know. I also like how this shop gets slowly more and more vandalized as the movie goes on. Oh, Payless Shoe Source, out of business now. Oh, you live in Milwaukee? Oh, I'm sorry.
That's sweet. That will go away.
I always thought this jewelry store she works in looks so shady. Like, it looks like a hole in the wall, like,
Especially someone you're
probably not the place you would go to.
sleeping next to.
I never thought this looked like posh or like somewhere I would ever go. I feel like this is a place I'd go in and get robbed. So I just would not.
So you guys want to go get
I don't know.
I'll be here.
Yeah, it looks like a rec room basement. Rack. Yeah, rip Payless. I loved Payless shoes. Like, I got so many like cosplay shoes there back in the day. When I was in college, that was like the place to go because they would always have like the best sales and you could get the cutest stuff and it was cheap. Not anymore.
2 years, 4 years top.
Yeah, it's not like any jewelry store I've ever been in. Any jewelry store I've been in is like pretty posh where you're like, okay, I better be serious if I go in there. This place I feel like you would not be serious.
So, Eddie, your love is eternal face.
Also, I really love I don't know if you guys know. This is so stupid. I don't know if you guys noticed, but on this
It looks like you're meant to
Kalua's finger, she has like this wild cat ring, and it's really cute. I'm like, I want that ring. What the heck? Why can't you be more like Kalua?
The whole reason you got this job, Eddie, is
Oh.
sponsor AA, and I'm doing her a favor.
Looks like you have menstrual cramps.
Oscar, get back to work.
You know, my love is eternal face. Probably, Honestly, your love is eternal face probably does look like you have menstrual cramps because you're gonna give your eternal partner the real deal of like, I think this was, I want to say this was Rebel Wilson's first movie. I think this was her first movie after she moved to the US, and she actually lived with the person playing her brother. I love Rebel Wilson, by the way. Why would anybody say yes to this? It's so nasty.
It's like a Native American symbol meaning wasted. Okay, Brent, just so you know, hi. Have you seen your sister?
My love is eternal face would get the best of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pre-fat Amy for sure. But yeah, I want to say this was her first movie in the U.S. and that the guy playing her brother and her roommate was her roommate in real life and also got her the job on this movie. Yeah, and this dude apparently has Brie blocked on Twitter for some reason. Brie, what did you do? Oh, man.
Yes.
Because it's a kind of like
I know.
needing it today type.
Yeah, the brother and sister are like a couple. It's just really awkward.
Hurry up, your creepy neighbor asked if I wanted to watch the news again. Sorry, so gross.
I'm like 99% sure he used one of those block lists that just blocks everyone who follows a person he doesn't like. Maybe. That would make the most sense. That would make the most sense considering, like, I don't know if you were even following. I mean, maybe you were following him. I don't know. That just seems like really odd. Yeah, you never, like, that's what I mean. You never interacted with him.
I'm shocked. Still?
I like how she, like hyperventilates. You weren't a stan who got rejected? Yeah, I don't think she was. This was also before, and I find this really funny now. So, like, Bridesmaids takes place before I feel like it was a gigantic deal to send out, like, gifts or proposals asking someone to be, like, your maid of honor or bridesmaid or whatever. I feel like this was just before that era, because I feel like if that was something during this era, it would have just been added to the plot of the movie. But it really wasn't that popular back then. It wasn't like a thing. This was how it was done. Like, hey, will you be my bridesmaid? Will you be my maid of honor? Like, that was it. There was nothing. It wasn't as common, I don't think. Her just awkwardly laughing by herself in this room also just makes me giddy every time. Every engagement announcement makes me nervous like that too. No.
Wow. Winona Judd. It's really good.
Yeah. She plays the role of someone who wishes her life was together and is jealous, not so deep down. So well, yeah.
I signed up to speak at AA tonight, and I just have to. No, I'm sorry.
I keep telling you, you're not supposed to go to those things when you're an alcoholic.
Well, only because I've never had a drink. They are
I like how her mom just goes to AA just 'cause, like, for something to do.
gentlemen who started blowjobbing to get crack.
Like, her mom has to be written based on somebody they actually knew. Yeah, just for the vibe. The mom is my favorite character, for real. She's a great character.
Bottom. And I am thinking, maybe this is your bottom. I'm telling you, hitting bottom
Wow.
Positive message.
Thanks for the pep talk.
Oh, my. Hey,
Imagine your mom telling you you've hit rock bottom to your face.
don't talk to me about being by yourself. I go everywhere by myself.
At least she's honest, you know.
New whore bar. No, I wouldn't say it.
We've been married 12 years.
We've been married 12 years.
Greasing in the evening, beaver first.
I feel like that's something my mom would say, just being like brutally honest about like if things weren't working in my favor, and she's like, oh, she might not say it like that, but I feel like that's something she would allude to in a blatant way if she like thought it would help me, you know what I mean? Yeah, she's just being real, why be fake? What? She died, like, right after filming? Are you serious? I thought she was still alive. Oh, I'm gonna have to look this up now. That's too much. Hold on, I'm looking this up. What is her... Oh my god! I didn't realize she died, yeah. Yeah, she died, like, in 2010. That's insane. I had no idea. Sorry, needs a wash. Rocky Mount, welcome to the stream. Welcome to movie night. Yeah, I had no idea that happened. By the way, if you guys are joining and want to watch the movie along with us, we're watching Bridesmaids. It's getting just about to 20 minutes in, not quite. But the start of the engagement party that's the scene we're on. So if you are familiar with the movie, she's meeting all the fellow bridesmaids right now. I love all the other bridesmaids, by the way. I like how she's just like, yeah, I do. I cracked a blanket in half. Oh my god, yeah, that's my favorite of all the things she says. They are cute, but when they reach that age... Odie and I went to Disney World, although I feel like we were not like this about it. Oh, I can't, like, this is, like, something that I feel like would happen to my oldest sister, like, that she would be assumed to be with somebody she's never spoken to and doesn't have any interest in speaking to. Oh my god, Megan is the best. She's just the best.
It's going great among the men. You know, I just got some pins in my legs. Believe it or not, pins in my legs. You can still do this. Right? A maid fell off a cruise ship. Oh, for that. Shit. But yeah.
I feel like this was like so funny the first time I saw it, especially because it's like I just have met people like this that just immediately go into like you've known them your entire life and tell you this insane story.
Not at me, but into my soul. Into my goddamn soul.
Her face.
Not with his mouth, but I'm assuming telepathically. We had a connection.
I think Megan might be my favorite character in all honesty. She's just ridiculous. Like, she's so... We all know somebody like this. Like, everybody knows somebody like this. And she's so ridiculous and, like... But also very, like, believable.
He's single because I'm gonna climb that like a tree.
What? I'm gonna climb that like a tree. I don't know. Why is she in, like, a prom dress? I didn't have an engagement party. it wasn't really an option because everybody is nowhere near me. Like, anybody who would have been invited would have had to travel, and it's like, why don't we just travel for the wedding? I feel like I would have told somebody to wear a prom dress just in honor of this movie, though. Also, one of my best friends is getting married this year, and she is having a bridal shower coming up, and I keep joking that I'm gonna wear a prom dress there, just so I can be like this. I'm gonna be the Helen of the party. It'll be super fun. I bought a new dress, and I was like, I need an occasion, and I was like, I think I'm gonna wear it on my 1-year anniversary, but I'm like, if I wore this to her party, I would be like, wow, look at me, instead of look at the bride. So that's where the joke started. You're so pretty. Oh, you're so cute. I also know people like that.
Here's to Doug, my baby girl, Lily. Enough of me. Let's get the maid of honor up here. Annie?
All right. Hi.
Brie, I kind of wish you would have had a chance to organize a speech staged like this for my wedding. I don't think there was time, but if there had been time or we all lived closer, that would have been like my one request. Oh, there goes Odie sneaking.
Thank you. Lil, remember that trip we took to Miami with the boys? We were working the entire weekend, and we just sat and drank wine and ate peanut brittle, and I shared things with you that I've never shared with anyone. And you made me realize how I can trust people.
Well, yeah, why peanut brittle? What a weird
Really.
thing to be eating. I feel like if I was like
And I'm so
drinking wine with a friend on vacation or on a work trip, I would I would be like, anything else to snack on? No. Yeah, you don't eat peanut brittle on the beach?
a little on a leash because I still need my drunken Saturday nights at Rockin' Sushi, okay? Everybody, raise your glasses. A couple
It sounds sticky. Also sounds like you would just be so thirsty the whole time and wine would not be enough. Like, you would need water.
Have a great night. Dessert wine is out. Those are fine. I just wanted to say really quick that you're so special to me because, well, one of the reasons is because I've known you my whole entire life. And helped shape who I am. I want to thank you for officially selecting me as your maid of honor. I know you had some other choices, but
Love her face on there. I know you had some other choices, and she's just like,
that concludes the speeches for the night. And one last thing. I an adult who you really connected, and that's you, Lil. I went to Thailand recently with my husband Carrie, and there's a beautiful
yeah, I love the second microphone just appears out of nowhere.
Song Nong Kong Chan. Sung Chan, Jagat Madai, My Ben Chin. It means you are a part of me, a part that
Brie, if you ever get married, I'm going to just do this. Like, this is what's happening. Like, I'm sorry. I'm going to organize this with somebody. I don't even care if I know them or not. I am organizing this with somebody, and I'm doing whatever this is.
Really quick, you all for coming. Just wanted to say really quick, wanted to drop. Consuelo, really quick. Speaking of Consuelo, Lillian and I took Spanish together.
Oh, Brie and I watched this in Spanish, this scene, to see what this was like. And she just uses very poorly non-sense-making English instead in the Spanish version, which I think is hilarious.
Azul, Marcada,
Speaking of Consuelos.
tienes con vivir en las Foxtrots. And thank you. I feel so close to you and can trust you. You're my angel and soulmate.
My angel and soulmate? Like, this escalated so quickly.
You with simply a look. Thank you for coming. Lillian,
I like that her go-to is like, I'll just bust into a song. Yeah, the stare. So dumb. I like that her fiance's just like them at the end. I know that that was my background on my computer like a long time ago, like when this movie first came out on DVD, and I think it was on yours too, Brie, wasn't it? It was your background on something. So ridiculous. I think we both had it as our backgrounds. I also had no idea that Rose Byrne was British until after this movie, because you just would not know. She does such a good accent. Like, her accent is perfect of, like, the, like, really fake, like, oh, you're so cute! Like, that whole, like, fake American girl accent of, like, being overly nice, but then immediately going and ripping somebody apart. Like, she does a flawless job of that. I would never know she was British. I feel like I react like this to things that bother me a lot. Just irritate people in my own time. Oh.
See? Okay? Not drunk. Told you.
Terrible silver driver.
Stop
Looking when I tell you stop looking.
Hey, look, if I was drunk, would I be able to do this?
I think we've all had car rants like that. Who feels the competition starting? Because I sure do. Yeah, shout out to Chris O'Dowd.
Stop it. Stop it.
This was also the first thing I ever saw him in. I feel like I've seen him in something else, but I don't even know what it is. Like, I have not watched much of anything that he's in. I did her dance one time when I was drunk like this, too.
Please, I promise I will get them fixed this week.
I think, he did some funny interviews with Rose Byrne. I've seen some interviews from when this movie came out, but it was a while ago. Oh, she's Australian. Okay, I thought that she was British. Regardless, though, she's not American, and she does such a good accent. I really thought she was British, though. I think the first movie I ever saw her in was Marie Antoinette. She does have a British accent in that, but, like, they're all speaking English when they probably really shouldn't anyway, for the most part, but yeah, she does I would never know. Regardless, American, British, and English accents are not remotely the same to each other, so, like, oh, I really thought she was British, though.
You know, another Australian actor does a good American accent.
Yeah?
Hugh Jackman.
Oh, that's
They're
right!
supposed to be Canadian. But
And,
and they're both.
and Nicole
in X-Men.
Kidman.
Both the actors are.
Yeah.
Cream puffs. That's what you call
Nicole Kidman, I would never know that she's Australian either.
Tall, kind of a broad guy.
Which and it blows my mind when an Australian actor, like, can make such a good American accent, because I am terrible at an Australian accent. Like, I try and it gets warped, and then sometimes when I try to do a British accent, it turns into Australian, but I don't even know how it got there. Accents are wild. I can't do any accents. If I watch enough Harry Potter, then I can do a British accent, but if not,
You know, let's forget about this.
I feel like I just need to hear it,
Forget this one.
and then I can do it.
Under one condition. Get your taillights fixed.
I promise.
Yeah, cool. How did... Oh, you had these things, and you used to put cream in them? Cream puffs? Like, how does he not know the name of this?
Buddy of mine, he has a body shop in Millwall.
How'd you forget the name of it, Cole?
With a Z. Different guy.
Yeah.
And don't mention the whole Bill Cosby thing to him. It drives me nuts.
Bill Cosby?
Okay. I get it.
Oh, you know what?
Um,
Thank you. I really appreciate
my earliest memory of British actor using an American accent was Hayley Mills in The Parent Trap. I think the first, like, person I remember being like, they're British? What? No way, was Kate Winslet, because she plays an American more than any British actor I've ever seen in my life. Like, she almost never gets to be British in movies. Like, she gets to have her own accent in The Holiday, and she gets to have her own accent in Sense and Sensibility, but those are like the only two movies I know of hers where she's not doing an American accent. I love this song, by the way. I do. Bree, you just said the exact same thing as me. We're both like, I love this song. But I also really love Fiona Apple. I'm glad we both had the exact same thought. And Mini-Me, oh my gosh, thank you so much, and welcome to the Strem de la Strem. Welcome to movie night. We're having movie night, watching, Bridesmaids, one of my favorite movies. Oh my gosh, this scene is just like the epitome of crafting in any form, but I feel like there's so little payoff in, like, baking like this, because it just gets eaten. That's it. I'm jealous of her ability to make one single cupcake. Me too. We can't even make mug cakes. What the heck? You would almost have to have, like a carton of, like, egg whites or something, or some kind of, because you wouldn't be able to put, like, a whole egg in one, right? Like, that wouldn't make sense. But you wouldn't be able to make it without it either. You'd have to have some kind of substitute. This is where my mind goes, just from baking. If you guys want to join us and start watching the movie along with us, we're about 35 minutes in. It's just now to the scene where Kristen Wiig and Rose Byrne go up against each other in a friendly game of tennis. That's where we are right now.
I'm really glad we could do this too. We get to hang out. I know, right? It's too bad Lily couldn't play this today. Poor thing, she's so good.
I don't think I've ever
Yeah, she's not really that.
played tennis in my life.
Even when we were little, she didn't like it. You know, it was too competitive.
Even, like, just
She enjoys playing tennis now.
for fun. I don't think I've ever played it.
I mean, I don't know. Do people really change? I think they do. Not that anything will stay
But
who they are much. I think we change all the time.
I don't know.
Stay the same, but grow, I guess, a little bit.
And thanks, Mini-Me.
And then you're changing. But I mean, we're changing who we are, which we always stay as. Not really. I don't think so. Oh, Annie, these are my kids. Step kids. Step.
What is this bowl haircut that her stepdaughter has?
Excuse me. It's my husband's kids.
I feel like they just tried to make them as, like, uncouth as possible.
You need a ride home later? Fuck off, Helen. Okay, put a quarter in the jar jar. Good to see ya.
Oh, man. I never watched Victorious. I don't know, I know what the show is. I just never watched it. It was a little after my Nickelodeon era, but... Also, who are these people? These, like, random ladies they're playing with. My era would have been, like, The Amanda Show. The Amanda Show, all that. Clarissa Explains It All. And then, like, when I was a little older, like, Drake and Josh was probably the last show I watched that was like that on Nickelodeon. They used to have so many tampon commercials that were tennis. I don't get it, but... And I do have a Switch, but I don't share my friend code publicly. I only, if I do community stuff, it's all, like, with a room. Like a hosted room, so... Sorry. I just do it that way because I just like to keep it organized, and that's just what I prefer, but... a new wig as Dr. Pratt on the Joe Schmo show, a reality show where everyone except one person is an actor on the show. Wow, really? I've never heard of this show. Carol is Annie's tennis partner. I think she's... Oh, no, I know the character names, but, like, they have no relevance in the rest of the movie. Anyway.
You read my journal? At first, I did not know that it was your diary. I thought it was a very sad...
I'm only allowed to tour.
But then, because of the deep personal details and the bits that mentioned guilt...
This is like when I would visit Odie in Canada. I thought it was a very sad handwritten book.
You need to maybe think about putting a note on your door saying you're not coming to my room, read my diary and wear my clothes.
Why would she ever need to say any of this? She wouldn't. So dumb. My era began with what? Noozles? I've never heard of this. This was like a live action? I don't know. Oh, look, you can get your checks cashed next door. I like how there's this poor stray dog in the parking lot, too. It's so sad. You're hoping to get a pink LED kawaii gaming chair to match your LED pink gaming headset. Well, fun!
I just want to toast all of you ladies. I'm so happy to get to know you guys and happy to say that I have 4 new friends.
I didn't have bridesmaids for my wedding, but regardless, this would have been fun to do, well, not to get food poisoning, but to do something like this, like with all the ladies leading up to the wedding. But again, it was just a situation where like hardly anybody, there was no one in town, so it was like everything was a travel event. It's a gift. I know, I would have adopted the stray dog. Seriously. Or I would have fostered it until I found someone to adopt it.
My youngest boy comes in and says he wants to order pizza. I said, no, we're not ordering pizza tonight. He goes, Mom, why don't you go and fuck yourself? He's 9.
I like how, what's her name? Rita? Her character's name? Rita just completely destroys the other woman's dreams of like being married and having a family. What is her name? What is the name of the like? Is it Becca? Becca. Okay, I was like, I can't remember her name. Her character's name. Yeah, she gets her to open up after she destroys all of her dreams. You actually just came from a separate movie night?
On top of that, also Fight Club. Female Fight Club. We grease up, we pull in. Lillian doesn't know, so it's surprise. We're gonna fight.
Why? Who would ever come up with... Why didn't I get a Fight Club themed shower? I mean, let's be real here. Where was my Fight Club bridal shower?
I'd like to take advantage of this opportunity. Where are we going? I'm gonna say we better blow this shit out. And that poor girl, Lillian, who we're all here for.
That'd be too on brand for... Oh, yeah.
She's realized.
Surprise! We're gonna fight!
He's my brother. I love him, but he's a fucking asshole. I think we can all agree on that, right? Well, you know, we can...
They're just like, what? I also, like, I was so excited to shop for my bridal gown. And it was so quick. Like, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna go to, like, all the stores. Absolutely no walk-ins. There's the perfect fake girl American accent. But yeah, I was like, oh, I'll get to go to, like, all the bridal stores and try on all the dresses. And then, like, literally the first store I went to, I was like, this skirt, that's the one I want. It was the first thing I pointed out, first thing I tried on, it was what I wore down the aisle. And I'm like, well, that was quick. I wasn't even planning on getting my dress today. Ah. So, you know, I found my dress very quickly. $800 is not much less than what my actual wedding dress cost. Like, that's insane. The most I've ever spent on a bridesmaid's dress was $100. Which was a deal, but, like, I would never spend $800. I'd be like, I'm gonna buy fabric and make a duplicate of this dress before I will do that. I love how fake Whitney is throughout the whole thing, too. And why is Megan living on the couch? I don't know. Oh. I'm so happy to not have to spend money on bridesmaids dresses in my lifetime. I don't mind it because I love weddings and I love dressing up and everything, but like $800 I would mind. Then I would be like, yeah, I think I'm gonna bow out. Bye. Like, what is she doing? I also find it interesting that they just try on whatever the heck they want. Like, any normal bride would be like, these are my colors, this is the style I want. Now you can pick within that. Like, it's kind of weird that it's just like, try on whatever, I don't have colors or anything. Like, what? And then Helen just decides, I guess her color's purple. So weird. They're just coated in sweat. Oh. You can twirl. Being someone with lactose intolerancy and acid reflux, I've been in situations where I'm like, yeah, and I'm totally faking it till I make it and can get out of there and leave and go, you know, feel like I'm not so tragically as this goes, but like, that's just a terrible feeling. Brand new here. Had a good night so far. It's been so much fun. Welcome, Maddie. I appreciate you stopping on in. We're having movie night. We're watching Bridesmaids, and we are about 45 minutes in? We're about 45 minutes into the movie at this point. And it's at, like, the worst scene in the entire thing, where they're in, like, if you're familiar with the movie, they're in the bridal salon, and they all have, like, food poisoning. That's where we are. So if you want to sync up and, like, watch the movie along with us, you are more than welcome to. We'd love to have you along for the ride, or if you're just here for the commentary to hang out, that's totally fine too.
Oh my god. You know, I don't really care which dress we get. It doesn't matter to me. I just need to get off this flight.
And Thomas T-Bone, welcome as well. I wish that they just didn't have this scene in the movie. Like, it really isn't necessary. I'm not a toilet humor person, so, like, this is disgusting and, like, worst case scenario, and this would suck, but I don't... And they're really good at being, like, comedic, but I just feel like they did not need to do this, or they didn't need to show it, you know? They could have just... Like, showing them get sick is just not necessary. This is the scene that I, like, go to the bathroom or something during, or... Like, this exchange between Helen and Annie is great. I think that's hilarious, but they could have just left it at that. The other girls run to the bathroom, and there's this exchange, and then... The part with Maya Rudolph's fine because you don't see anything. But yeah, this is definitely my least favorite part of the movie as well. It's just too much. I feel like they could have just like implied a bunch of yeah, like they could have even shown the bathroom door with all of them like, oh, just like making noises in there that are like, yikes. Actually, I'm hungry and I wish I had a snack. I would never open the door. Like, I don't know what is wrong with Whitney, but I would never open the door. Ever. Never, never, never. Yeah, but I agree with what Bree said, or replied to you, Wario Boy, that I feel like, unfortunately, that's the case for a lot of people with this. So this scene definitely got attention, but I don't like it, personally. Jordan Almonds. I really do love Jordan Almonds, though. I always thought she looks kind of like a duck when she gets to the street. Like, the way the dress goes. She looks like a duck waddling. It's just funny to me. You're just here for the commentary, but oh, thank you. I'm from the Midwest. So, yo, shout out to the Midwest, which is also where this movie's based. Ooh. I feel like Jordan Almonds used to be such a huge part of weddings, and I have not seen them at a wedding since I was, like, 13. People do that. I'm wondering how she got, like, out of the dress. I'm not really sure. I always think of logistics way too much when I watch movies. Yeah, better to not think about that one. I need to not think about that. Wow. Yeah, I hope someone bought some Jordan Almonds to have during this scene in this movie. I unfortunately did not. Should have, but I didn't even have Jordan Almonds at my wedding. I should have. What the heck? George Glass. Yeah, can this George Glass grope you? I like how her response is just like, probably, yeah. He's such an idiot. Like, he's such a jerk in this movie. Oh my gosh, no! You gotta eat the whole thing, Cole. How could your mom do this? I mean, I notice inconsistencies in movies all the time, but depending on how much I like or dislike it, kind of determines how much I point it out. You know, we're all the worst critic of things we don't like, but anything we do like, we'll defend like no other, you know. It's just how it goes. But thank you for the follow, by the way. Yeah, I love how they just had him do, like, the dumbest follow-up. Me too. Oh my god, thank you so much for the Prime sub, too. I really appreciate that. Welcome to the Ba family. All the Bas to you. Thank you so much. Let me give you all the Bas. I feel like this scene right here too is just one where I'm like, I never really thought about buying carrots from like a gas station convenience store. That'd be like not something I would ever think. Thank you so much, Maddie. I appreciate that so much. And this cup, it just has stickers on it. This is like my water bottle I use all the time, but I have Pokemon stickers all over it, and then I have one Furby sticker. But, so in a way it's a Pokemon cup, but not only because I made it that way. I thought you meant the movie. What if?
Stressing out about this wedding, you know what you should be doing? Setting up a new bakery.
No, kind of done for that.
He like inspired her to go home and make that cupcake. And I'm kind of sad she didn't like give said cupcake. I mean, I guess she didn't really know where he lived, right? But like, it just seems like it's weird that she doesn't bake him something in the midst of all this. But anyway.
I'll find you. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna pick it up. It really bothers me.
I also don't feel like throwing a carrot on the ground would be littering. Like, it's a carrot. It's not gonna do anything.
You can't. No, you can't. But they made a special dispensation because I'm so tough and strong and handsome.
You're pretty tough.
I am tough.
You're tough.
Yeah, you have to assume some random animal is gonna come and eat it within like a half hour. Exactly.
Really tough.
So am I.
No.
Oh, yeah. I could be a cop.
You think you could be a cop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why doesn't he think she's tough? Like, why not?
Let's go and see if you've got what it takes. That's right. Now plant your feet. Good.
And yes, I do, Maddie. I'm a Nintendo variety streamer. Most of the time you'll find me playing Mario Party and
Yeah. Just drop your left.
just lots of different Nintendo stuff. Which sometimes I play Just Dance, sometimes I play The Sims and Toontown. Those are like the kind of like I guess Just Dance is Nintendo, but like those are just kind of the other games that you'll find me playing a lot that are not Nintendo, But yeah, this is just something fun we're doing tonight, in honor of a donation goal that was met, and just to kind of hang out and chill for a bit. I'd like to do movie nights every once in a while. They're a lot of fun to do.
Your way to work. You know, I ruined their day. Okay, watch this. 48.
It always looks so, like,
It wasn't.
douchey when you see, like, a cop standing with one of those things out on the road.
I'm pretty.
I mean, like, I get why they're doing it, but something about it is just, like, too aggressive or too, I don't know.
91.
It's too intentional for me. I don't know.
Come on, Tucker. Let's get that fucker.
I would have loved to have a lake house bachelorette party.
Hello? I just got your email. Lake House?
Lake house?
Yeah,
It wasn't in the cards though, because I didn't even have a bachelorette party.
we used to go there all the time.
It was too complicated.
Bachelorette in a cabin? Oh, wait,
Yeah, Helen's too rich to know what a lake house is. Although, I feel like lots of rich people have lake houses, and that's like a thing that they... Like, I know, I have a lot of people from my childhood that I know, that had a lot of money that were like, yo, lake house weekend.
surrounded by savages.
Unless she's just so over the top rich that that's beneath her even.
Bye. Hello?
But I feel like any, Rita is me as a parent.
You know,
Yeah, definitely more of a rich person thing. I mean, who can afford a second random house you barely use? Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, I know, like, families that have, like, shared lake houses, too, where it's not like, oh, they're all absurdly wealthy necessarily, but Oh, sure. You're in the UK? It's late here. I'm away to bed. Well, good night. Thank you so much again for the Prime sub, and have a great night. Get some sleep. I know it's way late there, so have a great night. Sorry, I'm surrounded by savages. I also love this Britney song. This is my favorite scene in the movie, hands down. Like, my absolute favorite scene. For anybody who just joined recently and maybe wants to watch the movie along with us, we're about an hour in. We just got to the airplane scene of Bridesmaids. So that's where we are, if you're trying to be like, wait, I want to watch the movie too. And again, if you just are here for the commentary, that's totally fine. But just in case, just if there's anybody who's, like, wanting to sync their movie. She's too proud.
No carry on, huh?
No.
Yeah, I noticed.
I would have such a hard
Anything in the overhead bin either.
I would have such a hard time doing this kind of a scene with Odie. Because that's her husband in real life, and I feel like I would just be
I don't want to infringe on your privacy.
terrible.
I really appreciate what you do for this. And I respect the hell out of you.
It took us like 3 hours to film a 10-second skit for YouTube once.
I'll take the first watch.
I'm not in a commercial. There's no.
I know, I love that they're married IRL. It makes it even funnier to me. And they're in a lot of commercials together lately. I think they're partnered with like a travel something. I can't remember what the commercials are.
Really hoping this flight just
Travel company of some sort.
I had a dream last night that we went down. Yep, it was terrible. You were in it. What's happening?
So dumb. Like the worst thing she could have said to her. You were in it. Oh my god. He definitely is just cracking up in this scene. He covers it well, though.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, you and your cousin were Annie and Megan for Halloween once? Oh my god. You had these outfits on? That's great. I love this, like, striped shirt that she has on. Again, I love all her outfits in this movie, but... I feel like based on hair color, I could do a Helen costume easily. Hair color and eye color, because it's the same, but... Hair color, skin color, eye color, I could be like Helen most easily without like a wig. Yeah, my next cosplay will just be Helen from Bridesmaids. Oh my god, me too, Wario boy. I'm so excited. I don't stick a gun up my butt.
I just know the guy. The guy did a lot of undercover work, and all I know is he had tape marks all up and down his cheeks.
That can't be true. People don't keep guns up their asses because if you needed to use it, are you gonna get it?
He cut a hole in his pocket.
What?
I like that he's able to laugh in this scene at least.
Cut a hole in the back of his jeans. You want to tell me something?
I don't have a gun for you to put up my ass to make
I
your
can
point.
get my nano. I will show you. I will. You get me scissors. I will cut a hole in my
I'll
pocket.
stick my an iPod Nano is so much smaller than like a gun though, like
Only after we're showered, separately. And sometimes by the time we're finished cleaning ourselves, he's too tired. And then I pretend I'm tired, but I'm not tired. That's why Carl needs those slutty college years to experiment. Get it out of your system.
oh man.
Excuse me, could I have a glass of alcohol when you finish yours? 2 double 7.
There was talk about her being Ursula for a long time when can I get a glass of alcohol? I would love to order a glass of alcohol somewhere just to see what they bring. Like, never specify, never do anything. I love that, but anyway, for the live action adaptation, Melissa McCarthy was being discussed for Ursula. I feel like that's such a good choice. I'm excited. Yeah, why would you order? I would never order a glass of scotch. Like, that would not be my go-to on a plane, especially. There's no way that would be what I would be drinking. Yo, I loved my iPod Shuffle. That was the first iPod I ever had. I talked about this last night. I was like, that was my first iPod, and it was the... I still have it just for memory's sake. It doesn't work anymore, but... I doubt I'd ever actually get it on a plane, but I do enjoy drinking scotch. I've only tasted it, and it was not what I would go for. I'm too much of a girly drinker. So I feel like I would just not order it in general, but especially on a plane. Like, I would have champagne or something on a plane.
I just feel like I'm excited and I feel relaxed and I'm ready to...
Oh my god. She does it scene so well.
It looks like somebody's really relaxing now. Yeah, what are you guys talking about up here?
You do. That's my favorite. That is my favorite response to anything that Helen says. It's so perfect.
I just want to be here with my friends because I'm with this group. The sign just went off. Can't you stand there for like minutes?
Absolutely not. Coach passengers are not allowed up here in first class. It's policy. I'm sorry.
Oh, this is a very strict plane that I'm on. Welcome to Germany. On Wiedersehen, asshole. All right, why don't you go on? I'm gonna go take a nap.
OUDEEWWWW? Helen knows the O newer.
Because it's civil rights.
Thank you so much, Cole. Thank you so much for the bits. OUDEWWW. This is the 90s. Yeah, it's civil rights. This is the 90s. You're in the wrong decade. Yeah, now she'd be two decades off, because this came out in what, like 2010? Oh, man.
Miss?
No, it's not me.
Yes, it is you. Please go back to your seat.
Yes, I'm with him. I'm Mrs. Iglis.
I like how this guy is just
No, you're not. You were just out.
bopping, like, trying to ignore her.
Sir, she can have my seat, okay? Everyone should experience first class at least once in their lives, and Annie shouldn't miss out just because she can't afford it. No, ma'am, I'm afraid that's not allowed. Help me.
Help me, I'm poor. I've seen so many memes with the help me, I'm poor.
Nervous. We'll calm her down.
You know, I understand, but Claire is right.
Everybody go back to your seat.
Okay.
Are drinks, like, included in first class, or do you still have to pay for them? Like, I've only flown first class once in my life, because she can't afford it. I've only flown first class once, because usually, well, first of all, when I fly, I usually fly Southwest, which they don't even have classes, but the one time I've flown first class was because I got bumped onto a different flight. Like, my connecting flight left early, and I was supposed to, or I was put on another plane, and the only seats they had left were first class. So that was the only time ever. And I'm like, I should have ordered a drink, but I was too nervous because I wasn't, like, expecting to be there. I think they asked me right away if I wanted something to drink, and I got something, but it wasn't like alcoholic. So I'm like, I just wonder. It seems like it would. It seems like it would be, based on the fact that you pay a lot of money to be up there, right? I always say, like, Melissa McCarthy has to have some dance experience, because just the way her leg is, like, turned out and her toes pointed and everything.
John, here's the blanket. Gotta take a whiz and I'll be right back.
I like how this guy in the front seat is trying not to laugh, you can tell.
I don't want you.
Uh-oh, what's that?
How do you think I look? I mean, no, you can still turn it around. No, don't.
I like how she uses the mom voice for this.
Smell like pine needles and your
That's like that's the mom voice when you're like really in trouble and your mom's trying to be subtle about it because you're in a very public place. The hushed angry voice.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. It appears we have run into a rough patch of weather, so I have an announcement too. There is a colonial woman on the wing. The woman on the wing, I saw her. There's something you're not telling us. There's a colonial woman. She was turning butter.
I'm like Rita when I drink, I start crying about God knows what.
Everyone remain calm. I'm an air marshal.
There's something you're not telling us. Yes. I knew it. I got your back.
I feel like when I drink, I'm just everybody's bestie.
Let's open the door to get out. Look out your way. She is a traditional.
Also, I love this this Twilight Zone reference so much because I grew up with the Twilight Zone. I love it, and it's just like a family tradition, and I feel like a lot of people miss that reference. Yo, Wyoming! I've never been to Wyoming. But that would suck to bus back to the Midwest from Wyoming. You and your family flew to Oregon in March. You left the airport at 4 in the morning. Our flight was at 7, but it got canceled. We got taken to another airport, and the next flight wasn't until 4 p.m. Oh my god. Oh, but we got moved to first class. Ooh. Ugh, 12 hours later, I would certainly hope so. Dang. Wyoming is apparently super beautiful. I know next to nothing about Wyoming other than it exists. Yeah, was it worth the wait? That is a good question. Did you know that the entire population of Wyoming is less than the top, like, 15 or so largest American cities? I mean, I believe it. I believe it, because it's like, what the heck is in Wyoming? Maybe it's more populated than Texas. It's not. Sorry. Anytime you have travel woes that involve hours of just waiting, it's the worst. Because even an hour delay feels like forever. No matter what, whether you're trying to get home, trying to go somewhere, or trying to get somewhere. It sucks. That immediate, it's not. I'm sorry. Anyway.
Hey,
I feel like this would be...
do you want to hang out?
I feel like she would have needed like a night to recover. I don't know how long the bus drive from Wyoming to Milwaukee would be, but I would assume it would be a long time, and she'd already been on a flight for probably at least what I would assume is like an hour. I just feel like she would not be awake still, or would not be wearing the same outfit still. Like, I wouldn't. As soon as I get off a plane, I just have to, like, get clean and change clothes and everything. You know what I mean? I'm glad that you had the Wyoming facts ready to go, Bree, just in time for this night.
I don't know, after it just went under, I just
My mom said you used to like dress up for planes, which is so funny considering there's no place where I look worse. I mean, like back in the day, it was like kind of ritzy, right? Like, or not even. I mean, I say back in the day, but like, probably in the grand scheme of things, really not even that long ago. It's just like flight attendants had like this huge reputation. I mean, it's still like a. It's still like some airlines hold true to it a little bit, but it's not the same as it was. I feel like when now on a flight you're like wearing travel clothes. Like you would never dress up unless you know you're not gonna have time to get yourself looking good after. Airport air is a real thing, like makes you look the absolute worst. You know. Things like flights and cruises aren't as big of a luxury as they once were. I've never been on a cruise. Yeah, obviously there are still high-end forms of each, but it's not like, oh, that's the norm, necessarily. I like how she wakes up and he's just sitting there staring at her. I would be so creeped out. I'd be like, ah. I'm so glad this is happening mid-hookup. I feel like I should probably make some popcorn now. Because we're a little over an hour into the movie now at this point. I should have bought lemonade for this. Yeah, don't mind me. I think I'm gonna put some popcorn in the microwave. I don't think I'm gonna pause it though, just because I don't want you guys to have like trouble resyncing. Because this next scene isn't like, I mean, I guess it's kind of crucial to the plot, but it's not like a huge like, oh my god, can't miss this moment. And I'll still be in the same room, so like I'm just gonna disappear for a quick second to make popcorn.
Hi, Julie. Julian, you're so sweet. Julie, how can we be the sweetest? You don't know? Too gorgeous?
Again, I don't really understand why, like, he inspires her to bake the first time, and then the next couple times she sees him, she's, like, totally against it. Like, I get that her boyfriend kind of ruined it for her, but, like, this guy obviously brought back the spark a little bit. Like, I know, this scene makes me so sad, too. Because she's just so, like, mean to him. Like, he just does something so sweet. And she reacts so, like, poorly. Yeah, maybe it was the stare. It was because he was staring at her. Yeah, just bake him something! Or just say, like, I don't want to bake, but why don't we go and, like, go to a bakery and get some... I don't know. Anything else would have been better, so... I think that's well written, though, that, like, you're on his side. You're kind of like, girl, you shouldn't have done that. Anyway, you hear that popcorn popping? Ooh. She just didn't want to believe she could be loved. That's my in-depth analysis. I think it's a pretty good one. Dang it, this popcorn bag is like stuck. Hold on. I feel like my microwave is like too small for popcorn, but I just ignore it, and then half the time the bag itself will burn because it'll get like stuck in one spot. Yeah, it's a good example of self-sabotage, which is definitely a real thing that lots of people do. Just watching her self-sabotage while you're like, no, you can't abandon cute Irish cop. What? Eating popcorn? I'm battling with popcorn, you guys. Also, sorry my shower invitations weren't like this, Brie. I like how it just disappears into the house. Oh man. Yay! I could never say no to someone like him. Like, even if he stared at me as I woke up and allowed it, he's too cute. This is the girl I was talking about. This teen girl, she's the lead female, the supporting actress in Detective Pikachu, the one that has the Psyduck. You started it. Yeah, this teenage girl is the Psyduck owner, like detective chick in Detective Pikachu. She's apparently a pretty huge Pokemon fan in real life too, so that makes me happy. I am very popular.
You're a little cunt.
That's when you're like, uh-oh, she went too far. No. Don't say that, girl.
Oh, let me tell my mom, okay?
Okay, I'm actually gonna get my popcorn now. It's done. I just need it.
Hi, Annie. It's Rowan again. Since you're not returning any of my calls, I assume that you're not interested in spending any more time with me, which is fine. So don't worry, I won't be bothering you ever again. Get those taillights fixed.
Yay, I got popcorn. Woohoo! We'd like to invite you to no longer live with us. Yeah, saying the C word is a little bit too far, but she's got a lot going on in her life that's making her crazy. Thank you for the follow. Oh, that's prickly.
Remember when you thought I hit bottom? That wasn't bottom.
We're gonna have fun. I, for one, am really glad you're here. Oh, guess what? Twins. You know what just came in today on the Netflix? Castaway. Okay. It's like Forrest Gump, but on an island.
Castaway is nothing like Forrest Gump. It just has, oh my god, what's his face? Tom Hanks. I like that this says cock baby now. The C word's way worse than the B word, though. The B word can be like a friendly term.
next to Helen Harris III.
Yes, technically. Yes.
An attendant will meet you at the stations.
Where?
The shower is over to the second.
Yo, that's what I mean. Like, I use the V word endearingly, yeah.
I don't have a cup holder. Can I just give that?
The second bridge. Yo, I want some pink lemonade. I like how she's so disappointed that it's actually really good. Every time I see this scene, I want pink lemonade. I like how her house has like castle accents to it.
Beautiful shower I have ever been to.
The swans. There were swans at my wedding. Technically. Yes. Ooh, real champagne. There were swans at the reception. Like, how much would she have spent on this shower? You know what I mean? Like, this is like Disney scale themed. Like, it would this would cost so much money. I love gifts like this. Like, this is the kind of, like, that's the kind of gift, like, I love that kind of stuff because it's, like, more thought goes into it, you know? Right, they mean the most. Once I heard it in this movie, I knew the song Hold On, but I didn't know the name of the band. And I'm like, that's such a bad name for a girl band. Like, these two last names that are not feminine. Oh my god, it is. It's so petty. Yo, Cole, the song's great. I just don't like the name of the band. I love her reaction. I was. I remember when I first saw this, when she gets her a trip to Paris, I was like, I feel like this girl's in love with her. Like, maybe she has, like, a big lesbian crush on her. And then when they said this line, I'm like, oh, okay. I really was thinking that. I love Megan. I was. Like, yeah. I like how the stepdaughter's just so impressed. And the swans were like, I'm out of here. The little bunnies back there are so precious. The little bunnies in the scene. There were no bunnies at my wedding. What does she hope to accomplish? Trying to push this, like, in-ground fountain over. I like how Megan's just like, yeah. Go, go, go! I like how she legitimately tries to take a dog. And then it cries when she walks away.
Then don't even bother coming to my wedding.
I did make little plush dogs for my bridal shower to give away as favors. And they had little pink berets too. They were a lot of fun to make. But that was my nod to this movie.
I took 2 dogs already. They're in the back of my van.
Megan clearly, like, got out of that shower as fast as she could after that, too. Little porcupine. Yeah, Megan is such a mood, honestly. Why? I mean... Clearly this person's just a douche and probably doesn't have insurance or whatever. But it's like his front bumper was falling off when he rear-ended her, so like... I feel like it would just fall off as you were driving away. I don't think he would get that far. Yay, porcupine.
Well, I'm not that surprised. I did tell you to get your lunch today. So now here we are.
I know, I love that little porcupine in this scene.
Horrible day. I don't need a lecture from you right now, okay? I just tell him
Oh,
I love all the animals.
this didn't happen because of Helen. This happened because you just get your tail like this. Pretty simple. Do you have any idea how frustrating it is to see you night by night drive past me with your fucking tail like this? Do you have any idea how crazy that makes me? The simple solution. Your problem, Annie, is that you just don't understand that you can hurt people.
You could hurt people with your taillights.
Don't you see how irresponsible this is?
yes, I should have gotten my fucking taillights fixed. But I didn't, okay? I didn't.
Listen, don't worry about it. Seriously, your message was received.
Oh, look, please. I'm just, you know, what's going on with me right now. I'm going.
Listen, it's fine. Don't bother. Really, what's done is done.
Wait, that's it? Where you going?
I love how after all she did to him, he's most concerned about her taillights. Yeah, me too.
Annie, you selected
That's his metaphor anyway.
and you really liked me, which was really unfair. And then you came home with me and we did stuff, fun stuff,
Fun stuff.
and then you just left. It's like it was nothing.
Oh, please. I know how guys do this thing. I know how guys act. One one minute it means something, the next minute it doesn't.
Oh, right, yeah, you got it all figured out.
Yeah.
How's that working out for you? Pretty good? Boom! What the fuck, buddy? Officer roadside assistance?
Boom!
Thanks, officer. Handle it from here on out.
I don't think anyone's ever picked me up and as they were parking they just shouted boom out the window. I don't think that's ever been a thing in my life.
Cop talk's weird. Come on, dingus. Tick tock, I got shit to do.
I know, missed opportunity.
Steering the car.
He's so dumb!
Thanks again.
Not a problem.
Are you busy?
Well, it is Friday.
Also, this always got me whenever I rewatch this. He's like, oh, it is Friday. And I'm like, who has a bridal shower on a Friday afternoon? Like, most people are probably at work or just not able, like, they would have to request the day off, which, I mean, isn't impossible, but it's also not convenient at all for, like, most people. Because you don't send out invitations, like, that far in advance. So it's like, this would be a Saturday afternoon. Like, that line just needed, for me and my sanity, it needed to be, well, it is Saturday. Because what is this guy doing, too? He's not at work either? Like,
It's called humor. Learn
it was a Parisian brunch. Like, unless everybody came during their lunch hour, but showers aren't usually that short. Again, this is me thinking too logistically, but I'm just absurdly bothered by the fact that this is supposed to take place on a Friday afternoon and not a Saturday.
Try and turn me on, it's working.
Or that, okay, maybe that's true. Maybe he's just so stupid he doesn't actually know what day it is.
You're no longer my number 3.
I will also, I'll just live by that logic. It also got cloudy that day, huh? Well said. In this context, this is hilarious, but in the context of Castaway, I literally bawled my eyes out the first time I saw it on this scene. It's so real. Like, yep,
I'm coming in. Let's go. Let's go. Walking. Heel. No pee. No, not on the carpet.
I'm sure one of them's already peeing on the carpet.
Everybody's in. Having fun. Having fun. And heel. You're healing. Heel.
Castaway, castaways. There's a mini game in Mario Party. I probably say the wrong word more than
Slightly over.
anything else, Cole, so don't worry.
Turns out I'm probably more comfortable with 6. It's a lot of energy to deal with.
How important. Who has 6 puppies at once and is comfortable? That's so much.
Megan say, hi, I can't get off the couch.
I mean, I would if I could, but...
I got fired from my job. I got kicked out of my apartment. I can't pay any of my bills. My car is a piece of shit. I don't have any friends. The last time I
find interesting about that, Annie? To me, you have absolutely no friends. You know why it's interesting? Here's a friend standing directly in front of you trying to talk to you, and you choose to talk about the fact that you don't have any friends.
You know what I mean?
No, no, I don't think you want any help. I think you want to have a little pity party. Yeah, I think Annie wants a little pity party. Ow! You're an asshole, Annie. God, what are you doing? You're an asshole. I'm like, like bothering you? Yes, I'm like, I like Annie. Oh,
Also, why is the front door just open in this scene? In Fight Club! Ah!
Nice hit. Alright. I'm glad to see you got a little bit of spark in you. I knew that Annie was in there somewhere. I think you're ready now.
Sorry, I'm just like chowing down on this popcorn to this scene because I really do like this scene a lot.
Girl named Megan that didn't have a very good time in high school.
I think this scene
Referring to myself.
I mean, like I said, Megan's just such a real person in this movie, because we all know somebody like that, or have met somebody like that, and she plays it so well and so true, and like, I feel like this scene is what got her nominated for the Oscar. Which I thought was great, because, first of all, comedies never get nominated. You have to be like a war movie, or a huge cinematical drama that's depressing and terrible. Not terrible as in a terrible movie, but just like depressing themes or something. That's more commonly what gets nominated. Don't repeat that. And apparently she's rich too, but she doesn't act insane. Like Helen, I mean. Yeah, what is she doing with an 18-wheeler? I don't know. It carries her dogs. Okay, we figured it out. You've gotta wash that hair. Ooh, she gonna bake? Let's go. I got a mixer as a wedding gift. I keep saying we got a mixer for one of our wedding gifts, which, let's be real, I'm the one that's gonna be using it most, but I can't wait until I actually have a kitchen where I can use stuff like that. My kitchen is like the size of a dollhouse kitchen, so it's like so inconvenient to bake, and I really do love baking.
Great, thank you.
Rose and I worked out a deal way back when, so it's on the house.
There's Bill Cosby. Ooh.
Yeah, I owe him big time.
Really nice.
You can tell throughout the movie that she gets it. Like, she tells Annie, Helen got the jump on you. And is just nodding along with everything Annie says during her rant at the shower. Yeah, exactly. Like, she's clearly showing, like, she understands that she's hurt. And, like, she's coming from a place of, like, feeling like her friendship is being invalidated by this woman that clearly does not know Lillian nearly as well as she does, but is trying to, like, fake it. And her money is, like, what she flaunts and what is so impressive to everybody. And, like, clearly Megan has a lot of money and doesn't have to do that. So, like, she obviously gets it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, mixers are the gift that keeps on giving. They do last forever. Like, when I would bake all the time growing up, I would use my mom's mixer, and it's the same one she's had since I was a kid. Like, they do last. I think that's one of the things I love about this movie so much, is every single character is, like, somebody that everybody in the audience knows someone like that in real life. Like, we all know a Helen, we all know a Megan, we all know, like, all of these characters.
Sure, Lillian's big day. Mom, she doesn't want me.
My mom had the same one from the late 90s until last year, and the old one still works. They're made to last, luckily. I feel like most things aren't like that these days, but that's not one of them.
What do you want? I was wondering if you were really what? No, why would I? What do you mean?
I know, same, Brie. I'm the exact same. I love tuna, But a tuna sandwich at 8 a.m. sounds like the worst possible thing I would ever eat at that hour. No. Also, Helen was there. Like, why did they not take her car? I don't know.
Dougie was being great and very helpful. I had organized everything to the, last final detail. I don't know what happened to her.
I don't know. You should know, right? You're her best friend. It's weird that you don't know. You guys are so close.
She looks like she's already been crying, so I bet this was, like, not the first take of this.
I know that I hurt you. I created a distance between you and Chloe, and I want to apologize. You know what? I don't want to hear everything that happened in the shower and Las Vegas. Okay, I don't want to hear anymore, honestly. I don't even want to talk to you.
Carrie never really wants to talk to me either. She travels a lot, like all year. I'm basically just by myself. I don't feel sorry for you.
I don't feel sorry for you.
I really like that original dress you picked at the bridal store. I thought it was beautiful. You have really lovely taste.
Thanks, but that's a little too late for that.
And I don't think that Brazilian food really gave us food poisoning.
No, I don't think it did.
No, I don't think it did.
It was the food, actually.
I think people just ask me to their weddings because I'm good at organizing parties. I don't have any female friends.
I'm glad that she's also crying about not having any female friends when she's literally like the makeshift maid of honor in
First time ever.
Lily's wedding.
I look ugly.
No, I don't. I don't look ugly.
You're an ugly crier, but that's okay.
I'm not really an ugly crier.
You're an ugly crier. I like how she's like, I still look pretty good. Like, no. You're very observant with this movie, Bobo. Thanks, Cole.
Come on, Rose.
I've seen it a lot, and these are just like the kinds of dumb things that I think about when I watch something. Or when I've seen something many times.
But I need your help, please.
Like, when when Helen first starts talking, her eyes are all red and there are, like, tears in them, so I'm like, oh, this wasn't the first take. I only noticed it because I'm just, like, I don't know, I was just, like, it caught my eye. Because, like, even if Helen didn't drive herself, like, say she had a driver because she just can afford it or whatever, like, why would they not have that person drive? Why does she have two phones? Like Helen's reaction right here. Just covering her ears. What is this song, too? That's how I used to ride in the car as a kid. Like, this is what I would do because, like, I hated, like, most of the music my sisters listened to when they were in, like, their late middle school, early high school years. It was all, like, punk bands and bands I could not stand at all, so I just plugged my ears in the car. Terrible. I know. I probably still would with some of that music.
Hey, are you crazy? Are you crazy? All of that stuff, that would be dangerous for a good driver.
I'm sorry, I need your help. We can't find Lillian.
How long has she been gone?
She's been missing for like 12 hours.
12 hours. It's not a missing person until it's at least 24 hours. Have you ever seen CSI?
In TTV, welcome to the chat. We're just watching Bridesmaids. It's really close to the end now. It's about an hour and... what, like an hour and 20 minutes, 25 minutes in?
What? Hello, Helen. I've heard wonderful...
Or no, it's like an hour and 40 minutes in, isn't it?
Okay. Bye-bye.
I'm like, wait a second, we didn't start this. We started later, but... We're just scrolling at 3 a.m.? Hey, no worries. We're just hanging out watching a movie. Unfortunately, I was aware enough that it would have been too rude to... See, I could do that to my sisters. I could be like, ooh... You're at 1:47. I was gonna say, wait, maybe we're like an hour and 40, because I started at 20 after 8, my time.
I'm so sorry.
And my math got weird, so sorry. But
No, you are welcome.
but yeah, I just could not stand the music they listened to, because it was always like these punk little
Missing girl found out.
boy bands that were just like, they would like scream and be whiny, and I'm like, I can't do this. Missing girl found at her apartment. Oh, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much.
They don't want to suck it.
Sorry, I'm chowing down on popcorn during this emotional moment.
Annie, let's go.
How did it take her like 5 minutes to get from one side of the car to the other? How? State Patrol, he's patrolling. Sorry, his car said State Patrol, and I wish it said Stork Patrol.
Do you mind actually if I go?
She looks like she's been crying again.
Lillian? Well?
Just imagine if on my wedding day, this is what I was like. I literally crapped my pants. I was so excited and nervous. I also love that next to her bed, she has a picture of her on the Easter Bunny's lap.
Took over everything and I just couldn't control my dad. Can't afford the wedding and this has been really hard to do without you. It's been shitty.
That photo feels insane. My cousin says she like blacked out on her wedding day, not from drinking. I think it's just because you have so much anticipation, like you've been looking forward to this day for such a long time, for your whole life. And if you're not like me, where you've been looking forward to it your whole life, you've at least been looking forward to it since you got engaged and like planned everything. Because I know not everybody is necessarily like that, but I just, you know, I remember just, it's like, oh, why does anybody get nervous? And it's like, I'm not nervous about like getting married and that, like, that's not it. It's just like the day, like wanting things to be the way you envision, like wanting everybody to have a good time, wanting to make sure you don't miss anything, that you don't like miss key moments that you really want to happen. Like, it's just all that stuff, and it's, you put the pressure on yourself, basically. And then, like, the person you lean on for support is the person who's not with you that morning, because you're getting married. You're gonna, like, walk down the aisle to them, so that's really hard, too. Right, like, not messing up, like, not saying weird things, or being like, oh, not tripping down the aisle, or passing out, you know. also like that they're in their 30s in this movie, because I feel when this movie came out, I was like 20, and I remember, you know, your 20s are all over the place, and if you're living in your 20s, you probably know this, but like everyone's life is so different after high school because people are no longer moving at the same speed as everybody else their age. It's like all over the place. That I was like, oh good, like it's not like, oh, I'm missing out on what I should be like having happen in my life right now or something. Also, this is so disappointing, this dress. I feel like Helen would have never approved of this dress, and she's like, oh, it looked fantastic, it had come in from Paris. Especially after the first dress she tried on was so good. Like, I feel like it needed to just be like way over the top and not like ugly like this. I always thought my wedding gown would be a mermaid dress. My entire life I was like, I'm gonna have a mermaid dress, mermaid style, ooh. No. I tried some on, and they just were not it. It's like, nope, I need the full ball gown. Never mind. I know, like, that's what I mean. Like, I love the idea of a mermaid dress. It just, like, it didn't do it like I was thinking it would.
Ladies and gentlemen, here with us tonight is Lillian's favorite band singing her favorite song. Put your hands together.
Can you imagine? As soon as you kiss, you're one of the bridesmaids being like, okay, now we're gonna start a concert. Like, no. Wouldn't that be like the way to introduce the reception? This seems so poorly timed. I have to watch this sometimes soon. We used to watch this at least once a year. Oh my god, yes, definitely.
Put a loaded gun in carry-on. The TSA is gonna rip his ass apart.
Why would she do this? Oh. That reminds me, I accidentally tried to take, like, a knife on a plane once. And I say it was truly an accident, because I got Odie and I got his dad for Christmas, like, one of those all-in-one tools where it's, like, a hammer, a screwdriver, a wine opener, like, a knife, a whatever, all in one, and I had it in my carry-on, and they're like, is there something sharp in here? And I was like, what? No? And then they, like, identified it, and they're like, oh. It was really nice meeting you.
You know, maybe
Stupid. Why would she say that?
together.
But yeah, they were like, yeah, this has a blade on it. And I was like, oh, whoops. I was like, I just did not think about this at all. I was thinking, like, I should have put it in the check bag, but I didn't. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to, like, accidentally put this. I was like, I'm sorry. They're like, do you want to check it? I'm like, no, just throw it away. Like, I did not mean to do this. I feel like such an idiot. But they were super nice about it, luckily. Because I was like, I promise I was not trying to take a dangerous weapon on a plane. So dumb. I didn't even think of the fact that, like, this multi-tool would have a blade in it. I was just thinking, like, oh, it's, like, different... Like I said, like, different kind of, like, handyman tools.
Yeah. I mean, I had to bite some good off. But that's okay. So
I'm strong and tough.
that's why I just want to kiss you.
It was really nice meeting you, Brie.
I need to put my uniform on. I drive like this and I think I just stole a car. That'd be great. You could ride with me. You want? You want to come?
Yeah, I do.
Come on. Whoa. Where you going? No. You gotta get in the back. Yeah, you can't sit in the front.
Brie, are you gonna make me sit in the back seat of your car next time you're in town?
Yeah, come on. Sorry, have it.
Because I figured you probably would.
Actually, no. There's a warrant out for your arrest.
No, obviously.
Reckless driving, littering, texting, consuming alcohol while operating a vehicle. You didn't think I was going to let you get away with that, did you?
Can we put the siren on, please? Thank you.
Yay. Anything, this, like, band being asked to do this movie. Wouldn't be the first time someone tried to get into the back, LOL. No, the puppy. I feel like they were just like, okay, that was too cute. We gotta put that in. With the puppies yawning.
This is tape 119. Air Marshal John and I's first sexual encounter. 0
Why do they have these, like, Subway party sandwiches? And they have, like, 4 of them. Like, there's no way!
Yeah, that's a big bears. Do you want a bite of that sandwich? Jesus.
I like that this movie starts with a sex scene and ends with a sex tape. It's so perfect. Yay! You guys, we watched Bridesmaids. That was so much fun, you guys. I love that movie so much. Yeah, the caution tape on her head. Sorry, let me just turn the volume down a little bit. This is my comfort movie. It brings me happiness. Oh, me too. It's definitely one of my comfort movies. When this was, like, playing on TV all the time, like, back when it was first released on, like, HBO, like, after it had been in theaters and everything, I watched it so many times. Ooh, let's go!
I did it. I watched you watch a movie.
Oh, thanks, Psycho. I hope you enjoyed watching me watch a movie and hanging out with us. To anybody who's just been hanging out, you know, if you didn't watch the movie yourself or didn't have it on, like, hey, it's been a fun time. I hope that you were entertained, at least by the commentary behind this. But thank you so much for being here tonight. And for those of you who did watch the movie alongside me, thank you so much for watching at the same time. It's always fun to have these little movie nights. Like I said, I'm planning more of these when we get into like post-surgery situation. So, you know, we'll be watching more movies throughout the summer. And summer is, summer's coming up. And I just want to say, like, we're gonna be, it's gonna be...
Yeah, Doritos chip.
Oh my god, Doritos chip! I'm giving you all the pizzas, all the pinkies, all the kits, the pogs, the Barneys. Thank you so much. Time and time again. That $69 holler. Thank you so much. All the love to you, Psycho. Very much appreciated. I was trying to look to see who was live to raid, and I thought the audio was on, so it scared me. And then I'm like, wait, that's my audio. What? Thank you so much. You did not have to do that. Thank you for your kindness. Always appreciated. What I was about to say is summer's coming up, and that means MTV Fat Camp. The season. So maybe we'll have to watch that together again. Because I can actually, like, play that on here. Because, like, who cares? And, it's just so ridiculous. Like, it's on YouTube. Like, it'll be a fun time. We'll definitely have to have a MTV Fat Camp rewatch, in the summer. So, and I'll rewatch it probably every night anyway, just because that's what I do. Happy to be here. Good way to cap off graduation day. Oh my gosh, congratulations, Rocky Mount. Congratulations to all the graduates. That it's this time of year, right? Now for not only like college, but high school's getting to graduation time too. Are we going to watch any anime movies or just animated in general? Good question. I feel like most of the movies that I kind of have in my mind to watch with you guys are like live action comedies. You know, if something comes up and I'm like, I really want to watch this animated film with you all, then I will. But I feel like I'm probably going to just try and stick to comedies, live action comedies with you guys, just because most of my favorite movies are live action comedies anyway. Can I say that enough times? I'm sorry. And we haven't, we can keep watching like things as they become free to play or free to watch on YouTube and stuff too. That's always nice because then more people have access and can watch it. So I don't have any plans for animated. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I probably will watch more comedies in the future over animated, just to be honest. Wow, what a fun time though, you guys. I had a great time watching this with you all. Let's go ahead and raid somebody. Let's go ahead and raid. Oh, shoot. It's not what I meant to do. Okay. We can go ahead and raid Obst. Because they're playing Animal Crossing. Seems like a fun time. Seems pretty chill. And I think we'll just call it a night there. Let me go ahead and read off the names of everybody who went a little extra tonight. Oh my gosh. Shh. Okay. Anyway, we started out the night with a $69 donation from Scottman895. Thank you so much. We also received bits from Cole the Camel, Scottman, and Psycho Nacho Man throughout the night. We got some new follows. Thank you so much for those. Maddie Hodgson1234. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Always appreciated to have you guys in the sub family and resubbing and everything too. So thank you if you're subscribed. But thank you so much to everybody in the chat, keeping the chat alive. And this has just been so much fun. Let's do a couple hashtags. We need some Bridesmaids quotes. And there are like so many, so throw out whatever you want. What do I want to put for my quote? Oh, I think I put this in Discord. I put Lake House. So that's probably what I'm gonna do for mine. Boom! Perfect. Also, we could probably just do movie night as a hashtag too. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, these are gonna be our hot hashtags for the raid. You guys, my links are all in my link tree. Anything you could possibly need of mine is there, such as my social media, Discord server, YouTube channel, all that good stuff. It's gonna be there, so check it out. Also, shout out to my patrons before we go here. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for your support and for going the extra mile. Always appreciated. And if you are new here, my schedule is Monday, Friday, Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm planning to have a couple pop-up streams in the near future as well, and I always put my detailed schedule on my Discord, so check that out if you're interested. Otherwise, I will see you guys on Monday. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching Bridesmaids with me. Love you guys. Bye!